Our mystery. After thorough observation as a group, we realized that we would like to research how common intrinsic and extrinsic motivation is in students and the role that monetary rewards play in this.
And here are our subjects.
Hi, my name is Katie, and I'm a freshman at Michigan. Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm a freshman at Michigan State.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm a sophomore at Oakland University.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm a freshman at Michigan State.
Hi, my name's Matt, and I'm a freshman at Michigan State.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm a sophomore at Michigan State University.
My name's Brady Burns. I'm a junior at MSU.
Did you receive rewards from your parents during schooling?
Not any monetary rewards, but they did give me rewards, kind of like they'd take me out to dinner and things like that.
Yes, I got paid for every A that I got. I got $100 on my report card.
When I was in probably 8th, 9th grade, my parents giving me probably $20 for an A, $10 for a B, something like that.
In high school and now, I never really got any rewards for my grades. I know that in high school, I just kind of wanted to get into college, get into a good college, so that was motivation in itself.
Yeah, same here. High school, my parents just expected me to get good grades. There were no rewards for that, and same for now.
My parents always expected a lot out of me, and so I didn't really get rewards for my grades. Like if I got all good grades, we'd maybe go out for ice cream or something, but otherwise they just kind of expected it of me.
I did not receive any rewards for my grades now or then.
Did you care more about the money or the grade?
I cared about getting a good grade, but I cared more about getting the reward for the good grade.
I would definitely say that I cared about the reward a lot more than the grade.
Did you feel as though you were letting down your parents or yourself when you didn't do well?
Since my parents cared so much about the grades, I felt pressured to do well because I wanted to get the reward, so I worked harder because I didn't want to let my parents down.
Okay.
I didn't really give a crap about about the grade or my parents' reactions or whatever. I just cared about the reward.
When studying, did you think about the reward or the material?
So when I was studying, I was more focused on getting the reward more than just learning the material.
I'd say I cared about knowing the material, but in the end, I guess the reward is really what mattered to me.
Do you still receive rewards now that you are in college?
Now that I'm in college, I'm not getting paid for my good grades because they're paying for education now.
The reward I receive is a good GPA, so that's kind of what I go for.
If not, do you feel as though you are less motivated now to get good grades?
Now that I'm in college, I'm more motivated to get good grades because it determines my future, and I'm taking courses that I'm genuinely interested in and that match up with my major. So I'm just motivated to do it for myself.
In the future, do you think you will reward your children?
I don't think that I will give my kids either as big of a reward or no reward, just because I want them to be motivated to get the good grade just for themselves, because when they get to college, it's hard to get adjusted to having the no reward and then having to be motivated by yourself.
No, I don't think I'd give my kids rewards because I really didn't care about the grade. I just cared about the money.
Do you wish you had received rewards?
Yes, because I feel like had I known that I was going to get a reward such as money, I would have tried harder on my papers.
I don't really wish I got any rewards for my grades. I really don't think that it's necessary to, because eventually in the real world you don't get rewards for making a sale or doing whatever that you do as your job. So I don't really think that it's necessary to. It's just motivation in itself again to get to the next level.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad I didn't get rewards or anything. It's just good motivation to do what you're supposed to do and just get it done.
I was always really jealous of my friends because I don't know, I was a valedictorian of my high school and I got a 4.0 all through high school, so they didn't do as well as me. Oh god, that sounds bad. But they would get rewards for like just certain grades, like maybe like on a test, like their parents would take them out to dinner if they got an A on the test. But my parents just expected more of me, so I guess in retrospect I was jealous at the time, but now I think it's really better that I didn't probably.
Because of the grades that you got on your report card, Family Video used to have like free rentals, so that was kind of my reward. My family used to take me and my sister to Cadillac and we get some movies. So I guess that other than that, I don't really have a wish for rewards, but I did enjoy that.
Were you envious of your friends who did receive rewards?
None of my friends that I knew ever really got rewards for grades, but it would have been nice if we had.
Yeah, I knew some friends who would get like X amount of dollars for getting a good grade, but I like sort of hoped I could, but I didn't really dwell on it. I would think about it for a little bit and be frustrated, sort of, but overall I was pretty content with what I had. So.
Do you think you would have done better if you received them?
She's funny. Come on, guys.
I think I might have done a little bit better, I'll be honest, because even though motivation in itself is just kind of like getting there to the next level, a reward would have been nice. Maybe like an extra $5 if you got an A on a math test or something like that. But maybe it would make you go a little farther, but again, I don't think I really needed it. So.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if I would have received an award, then I might have not cared about learning the subject. I more cared about getting the reward or worrying more about the grade than actually grasping what the subject was about.
Part of why I thought I didn't get rewards because my grades were already, there wasn't really much incentive for me or a need for me to get better grades, so I don't think I would have. My grades were already pretty much as good as they could be.
Did you justify your own bad grades by the fact that you didn't receive rewards?
No, when I got bad grades, I usually just felt responsible myself for probably not studying or putting enough time in.
I didn't really blame anything but myself. When I did get bad grades, is honestly just because I didn't put enough time or effort into studying, or I just didn't care about the particular thing. It was never ever like, oh, I need a reward for something, and then that's why I didn't get the grade that I wanted.
I pretty much agree with what Ryan just said. He took the words right out of my mouth.
I've never really thought of my bad grades as a lack of reward incentive, but maybe just a lack of self-motivation.
Do you think you will reward your children in the future?
Yes, I think I will. Maybe not money, but kind of like what my parents did with me, dinner or something like that.
I would not give my kids rewards because I think that good grades should be motivation enough. Like trying to get into a good college should be motivation enough to get good grades and do well in school.
Yeah, I agree. I think I agree with Matt, and especially when you get to that next level, and like if it starts at a lower level in age, and you do something good, you're gonna expect another reward. So, for instance, if you keep getting rewards through like high school and stuff, and colleges, you're not gonna get a reward from your parents because you're pretty much on your own. Especially when you get out into the job market and you're looking for jobs, and then you're not gonna get a whole big bunch of roses and money and stuff for making a sale again. So, it just kind of goes on through life. That's why I wouldn't give my kids any rewards either.
Maybe when they were little, but nothing too extravagant because I don't want them to get used to it or anything, but maybe like a gold star kind of thing, like a lot of elementary teachers do that. But I feel like I should instill some form of like confidence within themselves that they don't need to do it for the reward. They want to do it just to be able to be confident in themselves and know that they got the grade that they wanted.
Alright, so I would give my future kids rewards, but I would hope that it wasn't the emphasis of, or all that they were working towards. I would try to, in some way, explain to them the goal of what they were doing beyond the reward or why they're learning sort of long run. But sometimes it's difficult. I mean, I can imagine it's very hard for kids to see that. So I would try to have them understand the real reason, but if necessary, I would give them rewards.
What we can conclude. Our investigation began with the question of how common both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation were in students, and the role that monetary rewards played in this. We inquired about their personal experiences in school while learning. We asked them whether or not they were monetarily rewarded for good grades. Little did they know we were actually inquiring about the type of motivation they possessed while in school.
According to our data, students tend to be overwhelmingly extrinsically motivated. This seemed to be independent of the presence of a monetary reward.
While analyzing the data, we discovered how students felt about their own type of motivation. It seemed that those who were rewarded with money saw their motivation to be influenced by an outside source, aka extrinsic motivation, while those who were not given monetary rewards seemed to think that their motivation was internal, intrinsic motivation. This is where they seemed to be mistaken. In reality, they all strived for a good grade, just the same as the students who wanted the monetary rewards did. Both were working towards an outside goal, which means that they were not motivated by the desire to learn, but instead by extrinsic motivation.
In the end, we came to the conclusion that most students are extrinsically motivated, whether they realize it or not. Also, that monetary rewards are not the only determining factor causing this extrinsic motivation.
So what? Now, as future teachers, we should ask ourselves, how can we motivate students to acquire knowledge for their educational development as opposed to an outside factor?